Good evening. You're now with me, Andy Gui, for TVS Nightline. On to the headlining stories. Sarawak and Japan are taking their long-standing forestry partnership to new heights as Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Raban Johari Tun Openg expresses his gratitude to the Japan-Malaysia Association for 3 decades of close cooperation. Since 1995, the partnership has driven major forest reforestation, community development and environmental education efforts across Sarawak, reflecting a shared commitment to sustainability and a greener future.
Large-scale tree planting and reforestation effort in Sabah by layering in Sampadi, Bakam and several protected forest areas, we are now approaching an impressive milestone of nearly 1 million trees planted together. This is not merely a number, but it is a legacy of shared responsibility to protect the earth.
Speaking at the luncheon in Tokyo on Monday to mark 30 years of collaboration between the Japan-Malaysia Association JMA and the Sarawak Forest Department, Abang Johari said the partnership over the past 3 decades has also fostered close ties between the people of Japan and Sarawak.
Sarawak places great value on its relationship with Japan, not only in trade and investment, but also in people-to-people ties, cultural exchange, knowledge transfer, and shared commitments towards environmental stewardship. In this regard, the Japan-Malaysia Association, or GMA, has been an important bridge connecting the hearts and lives of the people of Japan and Sarawak.
He's confident that partnership will keep growing, branching into new areas like research, education and forest restoration technology to ensure sustainability efforts live on for generations to come.
Sarawak pushes ahead to become a green low-carbon state, restoring 200,000 hectares of forest and planting 50 million trees by 2030. Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Raban Johari Tun Openg calls for wider collaboration with Japan to speed up the green transition and achieve the state's sustainability goals.
Professional and capacity development in carbon monitoring, LIBA, GIS and biodiversity sciences. 2. Joint participation in international carbon markets aligned with Article 6.2 frameworks. 3. Youth engagement and community empowerment programs. 4. Students, researcher and academic exchange initiatives between Japanese institutions and Sarawak universities.
At the same time, Abang Johari says he hopes Sarawak and Japan can build a people-driven green economy, one the world can look to as a model for sustainable growth.
May this friendship continue to grow, flourish and endure, just like the forests we have restored together.
Massive crowds from around the world have flooded Valladolid as the World Tapas Championship makes its grand return. In a celebration of culinary innovation and cultural exchange, top chefs from Europe, America and Asia are competing for the coveted World Champion title. For a closer look, let's go over to our correspondent, Sarah Fiza in Spain.
Hola from Valladolid, Spain. We are here at the birthplace of tapas for the World Tapas Championship 2025. It's day 1 and the energy is electric. Chefs from around the world are gathering here to turn simple bites into masterful creations.
Malaysia is represented by Miri-born chef Liu Kit Kiet, along with chef Jose Alfonso Rodriguez Portillo for Indonesia, Chef Daniel Chen Chengdian for Taiwan, Chef Sujinda Tongtawin for Thailand, and Chef Choi Kyung-hun for South Korea, who all earned their spots through the World Asia Tapas competition held in Kuching earlier this year. Their presence highlights Asia's growing influence on the global culinary scene and reinforces the cultural ties that food continues to strengthen between continents. The opening ceremony held at the city iconic Cúpula del Milenio or Millennium Dome, setting the tone for the 3 days event, which will be filled with innovation and passion. Organized by the Valladolid City Council in collaboration with the Provincial Association of Hospitality Entrepreneurs of Valladolid, the championship continues its mission to promote gastronomic excellence while preserving the cultural essence of tapas, a Spanish tradition that has evolved into a worldwide symbol of sharing and conviviality. The first round, set to unfold later in the evening, chefs will be working with precision and flair before an international panel of judges, presenting dishes that blended authenticity with innovation.
As the competition heats up, the world watches to see who will rise and claim this year's championship. We'll continue bringing live updates and highlights from Valladolid. Reporting from Spain, I'm Sarah Hafiza with videographer Ainsan Unji for TVS.
On to some global updates. Thailand has suspended its fragile peace deal with Cambodia after landmine explosion near the border seriously injured 2 Thai soldiers. The blast has renewed tensions barely a month after the agreement was signed.
According to local report, the soldiers were on routine patrol in Si Saket province when they triggered what the army suspects were newly planted mines. One sustained severe leg injuries, while another suffered chest trauma from the blast. It was the 7th explosion in 4 months, following deadly clashes in July that left 43 people dead and displaced more than 300,000 civilians. Following this, Thailand's Prime Minister Anutin Charnvirakul has ordered the suspension of all activities under the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord, including the release of 18 detained Cambodian soldiers and joint mine-clearing operations set to begin later this year. The October deal, brokered by the United States, Malaysia and ASEAN, was meant to solidify a ceasefire along one of Southeast Asia's most volatile borders. Anutin has directed Thailand's foreign and defense ministries to file a complaint with the ASEAN Observer Team monitoring the peace process. Meanwhile, Phnom Penh has yet to comment but has previously denied planting new mines along the border.
The U.S. Senate is moving to reopen the government, advancing a bill that could end the 40-day shutdown that has left federal workers unpaid and disrupted travel and food programs. In a procedural vote, senators advanced a House-passed measure that will be amended to fund the government through January 30th and include 3 full-year appropriations bills.
U.S. President Donald Trump weighed in Sunday, signaling optimism that lawmakers may soon reach a deal to end the shutdown, though key disagreements over immigration funding remain a sticking point.
It looks like we're getting very close on the shutdown. We'll never agree to give any substantial money or any money to really prisoners, illegals that come into our country. And I think the Democrats understand that. And it looks like we're getting close to the shutdown ending. You'll know very soon.
Even if the Senate approves the amended bill, it still must pass the House of Representatives before heading to the president's desk for a signature. Lawmakers say that process could take several more days, leaving federal employees and travelers hoping for a resolution sooner rather than later.
Now, a decision on whether the federal government will appeal the High Court's ruling on Sabah's 40% revenue rights is expected tomorrow, following a full briefing to the Cabinet by the Attorney General. Prime Minister Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim said the government will uphold due legal process and ensure that any action taken remains consistent with the federal constitution.
Anwar further added that the Madani government has already implemented several key components of Sabah's 40% claim, including increased special allocations, ongoing negotiations, and interim payments to the state.
Saya dah panggil mesyuarat esok. Nak rayu tidak? Tapi tanya ni apa masalah rayu ni? Ada kita bagi 40%, kita bagi. Ada kita dah runding, kita runding. Jangan bincang dulu, saya tak tahu. Itu sebelum kerajaan ini. Kerajaan sekarang, kerajaan Madani, runding. Ada tambah peruntukan khas. Ya. Berapa? 56 juta. Kita sekarang 600 juta ringgit setahun. Cukup? Tak cukup. Muktamad? Belum. Masih runding. Jadi apa masalah 40%? Bagi saya tak ada masalah. Jadi esok kita dengar dulu kenyataan peguam negara. Apa pandangan saya? Pandangan saya tu ke arah non-issue. Ya. Kerana kita dah putuskan. Mengapa hakim tak sebut begitu? Itu mungkin masalah penghakiman. Itu saya tidak mau komen. Tapi yang saya tahu, hakim harus diberi makluman. Number one, kita dah bagi naik 600 juta interim. In a meeting, negotiated settlement. The interim. Number two, allocation kita dah 17 bilion, hasil 10. Number three, nak runding, kita runding. 40% settle. Nak appeal tak appeal, tunggu esok. Ya. Kalau bagi saya tak appeal pun, okey.
Anwar added that further discussions on the 40% revenue issue can only continue after the state election, as Sabah is currently under a caretaker government. Additionally, he reaffirmed that the Madani government is committed to implementing DMA 63, including increased allocations and special grants for Sabah.
A total of 837 Malaysians have been detained overseas as of November 8 of this year for their involvement in online scam cases. Foreign Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan revealed that among those detained, 765 are Chinese Malaysians, 34 are Malays and 33 Indians, 5 belongs to other ethnic groups.
Itu satu segmen kes saja. Banyak lagi kesalahan. Beribu-ribu rakyat Malaysia yang tahan di luar negara. Ini juga menjadi masalah kepada kita. Kita nak membina, nak melonjakkan imej negara. Tapi banyak rakyat kita yang ditahan di luar negara di atas kesalahan-kesalahan yang boleh mencemar nama negara kita.
Muhammad added that China recorded the highest number of Malaysians detained at 545 individuals, comprising 505 men and 40 women. This was followed by Singapore with 162 detainees, consisting 148 men and 14 women, Japan 34, South Korea 22, India 20, Indonesia 11, and Thailand 10. The minister stressed that this issue not only affects the individuals involved, but also risks damaging Malaysia's image internationally. He urged Malaysians to remain vigilant and to familiarize themselves with the laws of the countries they visit.
Get all the updates you need all in one app. TVS Inspire brings you live updates on events, news and programs. Available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. TVS Inspire, well on your screen, anytime, anywhere. And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Handy Gui. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Behind the scenes of the world's most inspiring spaces, creators and experiences.
Spaces that nurture bonding experiences, where people can have memories that they can take away.
The network, that bonding is very cozy.